The NFL playoffs are just around the corner, so I think that means it is time to make a predictions video.
Caught by Thielen, 50, 40, 30, and he's loose!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Skull Network, and as I said in the first clip of today's video, we are going to be predicting the NFL playoffs. Now before we dive into things, I would like to give a shout out to my good buddy Will Life. He was the one that gave me the idea to even do this video. Stop. Chill. Thank you. First game we're going to be talking about is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs against the Tennessee Titans. This one's going to be played in Kansas City at Arrowhead, and personally, in my opinion, I don't even think the Tennessee Titans should even be in the playoffs. They're probably the worst playoff team that I have ever seen in my life. They shouldn't be here. I'd say that the only real chance that the Tennessee Titans would have at winning this game is if their defense was really able to step up. They're ranked 13th right now in total defense, and Kansas City is ranked 28th, but I don't know if that's going to matter a ton because the Titans offense is slowly getting depleted as time goes on. I believe I just saw that DeMarco Murray is going to be out for this game. And Derrick Henry is definitely more than a capable backup. I think he's probably one of the best number 2 backs in the league. But I think that Kansas City's offense is just way too explosive. I think Kareem Hunt is definitely back in the stride that he had at the beginning of the season. Tyreek Hill is still as dangerous as ever. And Alex Smith is more of a competent quarterback than Marcus Mariota could probably ever wish to be. Yeah, I said that. I don't trust Marcus Mariota. So everybody say it with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Kansas City by a landslide. Haha. Game being played the same day as the... What did I just talk about? The Titans and the Chiefs. Game that is the same day as that is going to be the Falcons and the Rams. This one is being played in LA, which doesn't really seem to matter because nobody actually goes to the games. But nonetheless, this doesn't change the fact that I think the Rams are going to win, and there's kind of a specific reason for that. And that guy is, his name's Todd Gurley, you know, the MVP candidate. I'm sorry for saying this, but I think this dude is way more deserving than Tom Brady to win the MVP. I mean, obviously Tom Brady's been playing great, but, I mean, we're kind of used to this. And I know that sounds dumb, but I'm sorry, Todd Gurley has had 19 touchdowns this year. He's had over 1,300 rushing yards. These last 2 or 3 games or so, he's been tearing it up. Nobody can stop the dude. He was the first player since Herschel Walker in 1981 to have, I think it was 100 rushing yards in a game and 150 receiving yards in a game. It was either that or vice versa. But to do something like that, and he's been doing it for the last couple of weeks, there's no way that basically any defense will stop him, except for one. And I think you know who I'm talking about.
Newman trips him up for a tackle for loss.
Moving over to Atlanta's side, I think they've just been really inconsistent. Matt Ryan is definitely not the MVP candidate that he once was. They still have a solid run game. It's probably the best 1-2 punch in the league. But I don't think that's going to help them get past the highest scoring offense in the NFL with Todd Gurley, who is coming off a few good games. So I got the Rams. Second to last game we're going to be talking about in today's video is going to be the Bills versus the Jaguars, and this one is going to be played in Florida in Jacksonville. The Bills just ended their 17-year playoff drought, which I think was the longest in NFL history. So good for them, but they had to rely on Andy Dalton to do it. When you mix Andy Dalton and the playoffs and kind of put those in the same scenario, you don't usually get too good of results. But this was the one time. And although it's a great story, it's a great thing to hear, ending playoff droughts is so fun. I loved it when the Cubs did it. But that doesn't mean that they're going to win this game. Have you ever seen Jacksonville's defense? This year they had the #1 rush defense in the league. No, they didn't. Wait, that was Philadelphia. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. They're the 21st ranked rush defense. That's awkward. I'm so dumb. They have the #1 rushing offense, not defense. But they did have the #1 pass defense, so I mean that counts for something. Getting back on track, I still don't think there's much of a remote chance for the Bills to win this game. For one, it's in Jacksonville. 2, the Bills don't even know if they're going to have LaShawn McCoy, who is basically their only good player really on offense. You could say Kelvin Benjamin, but he hasn't produced since he got traded over. So if they have to go without LaShawn McCoy, there's definitely zero chance. If he's there, they have a little bit more, but I think that Jacksonville defense is way too stout. And if Blake Bortles cannot make mistakes, they've done really well when that happens. If he throws 0 interceptions, they've been killing it. So I think Jacksonville's going to win. The final game up is definitely going to be the hardest one to evaluate and choose a winner for. It is the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. Now, I know in a past video, I have kind of bashed Cam Newton, calling him really inconsistent, but there is one thing that I will say about the guy, and that is when he's on the good side of his consistency, or inconsistency, there's basically nobody that can stop him. On the other side, though, there's nobody that's been able to stop New Orleans this year. Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara have been absolutely unstoppable. They were the first running back duo to both have 1,500 plus scrimmage yards in one season in NFL history. That's almost 100 years, folks. It also doesn't help to look at their defenses because they both have been outstanding this year. Obviously, the Saints, their defense wasn't the best in the first couple weeks, as shown by the Vikings. And Carolina's had a really good defense the entire year. Luke Kuechly is easily probably the best middle linebacker in the NFL. But the Saints have had that resurgence throughout the entire season. Cameron Jordan's probably one of the best edge guys in the entire league, and they have Marshawn Lattimore, the outstanding rookie corner who's been absolutely shut down. So I think that the defenses are a very mute point to look at when comparing these two teams for this game. If I had to choose a team, I'd give the slight edge to the Panthers defense, but barely by anything. Obviously, we're going to acknowledge that the Saints have the better run game. So in terms of things that will really separate one team from the other, it's definitely going to be quarterback play. If Drew Brees needs to make plays, he's shown that he can, even if he, doesn't early in the game. And then there's the wild card we all know of Cam Newton. If he's on, dude's on. If he's off, it's no contest. The Saints would win. But I think another big thing that is going to influence my pick here is home field. You can definitely go and equate playing down in New Orleans to playing somewhere like Arrowhead or even Minnesota. It's super hard to come in and beat the home team there. So I think that is what is influencing my pick of having the Saints win. It's just that their home field advantage the last few years has been absolutely incredible. So I'm picking the Saints. And that's going to be all my picks for this video. I'm just covering Wildcard weekend in this video. Next week, I will upload my picks for the divisional round when we know which teams are going to be playing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you got picks that are different from mine, or you think I'm crazy with one of my picks, let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see every single one of you in the next one.
30, and it's